Welcome back, Kingston, to another NTW3 battle. Today we have a 3v3. That's right, not a 4v4, but a 3v3 between the Rheinbund and I believe the RC clan. Now, as you can see, Ottomans on the field. They're getting surrounded and destroyed, unfortunately, by some French cav. And you can see interspersed throughout here is a lot of guerrilla units. In fact, we have another engagement maybe happening over here. Not actually really, but so on the French side we have the it's the Grognards. I apologize. It's Rheinbund and the Grognards. That's the clans that are playing this. The French playing as the Grognards. There are 3 of them, obviously I'm assuming bringing some elite French troops. On the other side you have 2 Ottoman and 1 Iranian. Now I'm not sure if these are cores. I'd be very interested to see if these are the cores. I'm assuming they are, but I honestly don't know these cores whatsoever. I mean, it's a 9-point, a 11-pointer, and then a 7-pointer here. So it's safe to assume the French have, some of the very equal points to that. But yeah, we will see. I honestly thought a lot more was going to start happening when that first cav engagement happened, which is why I started when I did. But yeah, no, the French are probably going to be scouting. They're going to have to be very, very wary, just because there is going to be a lot of cavalry and a lot of guerrilla deployments for the Ottomans. Now, looking at the map here, it's a very open map. It's a very large map, obviously. But no, there is LOCs here on the left, a 4-pointer, obviously a 1-pointer, which the Ottomans have some troops in as we speak. Another, like a nice little road going to this other one. More troops in this other 1-pointer. And that's kind of it. The other LOCs are obviously going to be around this city. A 1-pointer in the city, a 1-pointer to the side, and then a 4-pointer way back here. Probably not going to be a site of a lot of contest unless the coalition decide to wait for the French to actually push up to them, which I think it's safe to assume the French are probably not going to get to this town. Now maybe there will be a fight out in this open field. There's some nice little hills, a little, rise and falls here. Now it does look like we are going to maybe see some engagement for the LOC. We have some skirmishers already pouring in the fire as the Ottomans are going to try holding. Like I said, guerrilla unit. Oh, look at these guys. Officer here. But this is going to be a nice area where they're going to be able to see, a lot of the French movements. Now, they're not going to keep this house for very long. But, they'll be able to see. Now, it does look like we also have some French troops pushing over here. So, France obviously is looking to be very strong on the left side here. So maybe along this left flank, maybe they're setting up all the way to here.
Our men are running, sir.
Potentially. Now we do have some more. Wow, France has quite a lot of cavalry, dragoons, and there are going to be a random general here, Lords of Patrons. This is the CPU. They added because it was a 3v3, not a 4v4. On both sides, just ignore that. Now, looking at the Ottomans, they do have artillery. Oh, looks like that LOC did get taken finally. That's no surprise there, They do have horse artillery, and I'm curious if they're going to have a lot more artillery in their army here. They also have, for this 7-pointer, they have what looks like probably the pitchforks. The pitchfork peasantry on the field. Nice, chunky melee unit. Not very good stats, obviously, but you don't bring them for their stats. You bring them for their mass. You bring them to be able to take a beating, hopefully with some elite troops backing them up. Now for the other side, Iran, like I said, bring in artillery. Looks like they lost the LOC up there. No surprise there as well. We have some 4-pounders. Actually look quite nice. Very fast F5. And then of course more infantry rolling down here. Looks like they have some decent infantry, more artillery in the mix. And then, of course, the 11-pointer, which will be the most powerful striking arm of the coalition. They have a lot of troops. I don't know how much cavalry they are going to end up having. But you can see they actually have set up a bit of a screen on this right side. They're not sure if the French may be pushing out here. You know, that's not a bad call. Of course, massing up here in the center. And actually, looking at this, Iran has a lot of troops. But, I mean, the Ottomans have a lot of troops, but so do the Iranians. So I guess we will see. We will see. I may have to skip ahead if nothing else is happening. Obviously, you want to just keep an eye on everything with the cavalry everywhere. Obviously, scouting positions. You can see the French here set up. Maybe going to set up some artillery. Yep, there's the artillery. It's going to start firing already. The way to play with any of these factions, guys, the like Mamluk, Ottoman, Iranian factions, they're fun. They're fun to play. But you got to be very careful. If someone knows how to defeat you, there's nothing you can do. I mean, you can bring masses of cav. Like, you can spam it. You know, like, you can spam just like a Prussia army. You can spam a Prussia army, too. Like, you know, not a lot of skill involved when you just do a mass build and just march towards someone, you know. Like, some people have, like, HRE builds with, like, I've had, like, a 6,000 man, or maybe it's 5,000 man HRE unit. Or army, and it was terrible, and there was 3 of us that had it, and there's nothing they could do. It's not even skill involved. It's just kind of, you know, pushing massive infantry forward, ignoring losses because you can take it. Enough on the rant, though, about, I don't know if that's even a rant, actually. That's just information. But it looks like Iran is going to be taking up this left side here, or the center, potentially, with the Ottomans taking the left flank. However, it does look like the Ottomans may be content to stay in this tree line for now, holding this town. They may have to deal with a French flank pushing down this road, so, you know, maybe they want to hold some of the more defensible, sheltered positions, while Iran holds with the 7-pointer of Ottomans, who still have this LOC as their left flank. Still have it. France obviously starting to issue out here. Ooh. Oh, that looks... I like these light infantry. I love the yellow. Yellow and the green with the blue. It's very nice looking. Chasseur Cheval now pushing past the infantry so they can start scouting out. And we may have a cavalry engagement. Ooh. Robin's got to watch out. These French line could start firing here. Oh, man. So they got some light infantry. Do they have grenadiers? That's the question. Where are the grenadiers? Or carabiniers, for that matter. Like they're actually going to be taking a bit of more of an aggressive stance, trying to force back the Ottomans and start pushing on this side. More artillery now. We're starting to see where the French lines definitely seem to be more consolidated, and this push is looking a lot more serious. The Ottomans may have to either put up a slight diversion force here to hold them while they push the center. And here's the thing I'm trying to figure out now. Are the coalition... Are they going on the offensive or defensive? Are they setting up for defense or are they setting up to attack? Now, you know me. Well, maybe not. Maybe you don't know me. But you will find out very quickly. I prefer offense to defense. In fact, I think a good offense is the best defense. If you are attacking, and obviously it's circumstantial, but if you are attacking the enemy, they have to react to your movements. They can't react. Like, for instance, if the French start pushing here, it's going to force these guys to have to react to this. Now, it may make them react in a good way to attack the other allies, and it'll make them push harder. Or it's going to make them have to shift reinforcements over, and then France could attack over here, too. You see what I'm saying? You know, like, it's kind of a bonus to be able to set the motion for where you want the attack to go. If you push, the enemy may not be set up to make a good defense there. These battles are so large, the field is so large that sometimes a nice maneuver is all it takes to win the field, to win the battle, and you would have barely had to have, you know, done anything. Now we do have some French infantry. Oh, these more light infantry. charging in here against the Ottomans, going for this other LOC. The French definitely... Ooh, there's a tree in here. Very artistic. You know, got some shrubbery inside the house. Oh, man. There's some vicious fighting going on here. But it looks like it is over already. Now the Ottomans are pushing up. Oh, wait. I'm not paying attention. There was a cab engagement here. The Ottomans got a little too close to the French lines. Either that or they were trying to go for artillery. Holy smokes, that is a lot of French artillery. That's like 7 guns. That is not a good thing to see as a coalition, seeing that much French artillery. French artillery can be so deadly. Now, it does look like the combat is starting to heat up a little bit over here. We have some French cavalry. Looks like some chasseurs cheval and some dragoons who are hovering in the rear while the French take an engagement here. Oh, they sent in some guard units. Oh my goodness, this guy's getting some. Look at this.
Our men are running.
They ran anyway, though. They fled. However, still, you know. Ooh, we have another cav engagement here against infantry. Some lancers charging the French lines. And now the French have got to make, you know, maybe they can fire. Nah, they're long gone. They long gone. I'm just gonna hit the fast forward button a little bit because things maybe I shouldn't have started recording so soon, but you know, this is giving you guys the beautiful opportunity to see maneuvering, and actually we may have. Never mind. You can see the maneuvering and see, you know, it definitely looks like the coalition is being defensive. You can see they have set up their lines and they are going to wait for the enemy. At least for now. Doesn't mean they won't go on the offensive, but obviously the French shuttling troops you have... How do they see them? How do they... Oh, it's this light cav right here. This is why scouting is so important. Imagine if this light cav was sitting back here, like most people do, and wasn't scouting the enemy position. They would never see this massive French army of what looks like mostly Westphalians. Oh, this is not very good infantry. It's kind of cheap. Now in mass it is good, but it's very cheap. But what I'm trying to say though is that's why scouting is so important. You're gonna be able to see, you know, where the enemy is pushing, where they are. It does look like we have at least 2, if not 3 French armies on the left side, which is going to make probably this Ottoman 7-pointer either push very aggressively or he's going to fall back to his allies' side. Either way, man, France is making a huge advance. They are still pushing. Obviously, I'm going to fast forward again. Just keep an eye on the mini-map, but things are just... Oh, hold that thought. Do we have cavalry charging the artillery? This artillery is way back. Very, very good placement on the artillery, in my opinion. Staying way back from the front line. Not going to make it very easy for them. The Ottomans do seem to be advancing. That's good. We have the peasants readying their pitchforks. You gotta commend them for their bravery, you know. But what is happening here? Why are you guys running? All right, so now nothing is being shown. We don't see anything really. Like I said, I'm gonna keep fast forwarding. At this point, I'm not gonna worry too much. Oh, hold that thought. Never mind. See, it's just a lot of trying to feel out the enemy. You can see skirmishers here. I think this is actually a serious French advance, though. I think, obviously, Austria. Ottomans have a nice reserve line in the town. And they have a nice push out here. I mean, the 7-point Ottomans are pushing up as well. We may actually finally be getting a bit of a fight here. Here we go. We got the French pushing out nice reserves. You have all the stakes deployed and artillery firing here. This left flank definitely is going to be the push. Now, I'm assuming the French are going to... I'm going to assume they're going to consolidate on this left side and try to force the flank. What I'm going to do here, just because I keep fast forwarding and all that's probably getting boring, I am going to, unless something happens, I'm going to skip ahead to when the action starts. So, I'll see you guys in a sec. Alright guys, so we have a small skirmish here. The Ottomans are pushing up on this LOC to take it. Actually, some troops have already broken on both sides, some cavalry charging as well. And there's some French cav to support the Ottomans. Now you see a square here. Ooh, they're about to get volleyed here. But they're actually dishing out a lot of damage to this French line and breaking them. Wow. And now the cav is going to have to get themselves out of there. The Ottomans have made an effective push here. We have the AI general on that side, you know, doing whatnot. The Ottomans have gotten a nice push going on the left side. However, we have seen a massive presence of French troops just a second ago before I started recording again, pushing down this road. So it is very obvious where the French are going to attack. It's going to be along here, and the nice thing is the Ottomans know about it. I'm sure the coalition have to know about it. I mean, they're shifting over reserves. They have more artillery that is going to start pushing up to this side. They have a nice little ridge which they can start defending here. And of course you have French on the far right flank. Some skirmishers are going to push up on them, you know, start doing what they can to drop their numbers down, whittle them down a little bit. Ooh, get some nice shots off on the French already. And then of course there are going to be more infantry going to shift over to that side. Nice artillery position still on the flank here. And the French are trying to get themselves in order. And of course more French now making their appearance on this road. Like I said, they're definitely going to be pushing this side. And you can see, oh my goodness, so much infantry here. Ottomans went straight in for that cavalry. Oh, the artillery. And, oh, cross the airs here. Alright, this is going to be a bit of a problem. Definitely going to be a bit of a problem here.
Our men are running, sir.
And you can see the French definitely have made a lot of progress, even getting their artillery way up. This artillery, of course, is going to probably start firing. Crosshair's being an excellent, you know, unit to shoot at with the artillery. This whole line, I'm not sure what this line is going to do. I feel like they don't need such a wide flank. They can just go directly this direction. Now the Ottomans are going to fall back into the town. At the same time, the French seem to be beating them. That reserve line may have to push up as well. And the Iranians may have to shift over fire as well. You know, this is going to be a tough one. I think hand-to-hand combat, street fighting, not an easy thing. Now we do have cavalry who's going to charge this infantry. At least they were going to. Ooh, instead getting a shot in the face by some squares. But, like I said, guys, a nice flank by the Ottomans. Look at this. Well, I was about to say over here, this stuff happening. But look at this flank the Ottomans are going to get on France. And you see France is already falling back. They want nothing to do with it. In fact, we even have more artillery that is set up right here. That's probably going to try to counter some of the flank. The French are holding their ground. It looks like around this LOC. While Iran tries to hit this flank, this is going to force the French to react to it. They have to push something over here. I mean, they have probably one French army against, well, probably two. You have a 9 and a 7-pointer. And then part of that 9-pointer is the 11-pointer. Ooh. These poor skirms. And then cavalry. Oh, I know exactly what they were doing. They were trying to get this infantry to engage the French in melee so they could not form a square and they get a charge off on them. And it almost worked. They may actually still break this French unit. Maybe not. They're still going to do a lot of damage to this unit. Not a bad strategy, you know. Charge in infantry to keep them in a melee unit if you know they're going to break, and then send in the cavalry while they're stuck in melee and can't form squares. That is a viable strategy. So much cavalry death here. Makes you wonder where that artillery piece is. And the French are pulling away. And there's one thing I seem to be noticing. It's like the French aren't totally sure where to attack. Now you can see the French are pushing up on this artillery position. So they're probably trying to go for a far flank. That's why the Ottomans are reacting with an infantry of their own. This is a lot more maneuvering than it is fighting at this moment. However, I have a feeling we're going to be getting into some good, juicy bits here momentarily, especially right here where France is falling back once again. And it does look like we have a push on the LOC. Oh, we also have some cavalry that's going to charge in here. This would be disastrous if Iran does not have squares. However, they do have squares in the front. France falling back that cavalry unit. This is going to turn into a bit of a mess here. Ottomans beautifully supporting this flank, engaging the French, so they can't really reinforce this LOC very easily. France, though, is going to start committing troops into this fight, throwing in more and more reserves. The Ottomans have a unit standing by the road, so their troops can have a free engagement into the house. And you see the reinforcing. And they take it. They take the LOC. That is going to make it that much more difficult for the French to actually make their stand. We do not see a lot of engagement still here. Like I said, still happening here. And this could actually be the key to winning this battle. French do have more and more reserves now pushing forward, though. But the coalition's lines seem to be holding up just fine. They are, of course, very, very close to this artillery position. It does look like we have a cav engagement here, though. Dragoons charging against the Ottomans. Oh, wow, that's a lot of French cav. And they break, unfortunately. Oh, but France is actually closing on melee at several spots here. So you can see them engaging with what looks like a emissary. And they break the French. However, the French do still have a cav advantage. Oh, they're going to charge in here. Did they form square in time? They did form square in time. Still, this side is getting a little rough as the French have a cav advantage for the moment. However, the Ottomans are pushing up their armed peasants with the pitchforks, as well as some cavalry support as well. Over here, the French are actually breaking. Interesting enough, they are getting outshot by the coalition. I honestly don't know too well about these corps and how well their shooting stats are, but it definitely does not look good for the French. However, they did save themselves from being totally and utterly surrounded here on this right flank, forcing the enemy to fall back. So, not a lot of melee, at least not tons of it. However, we do see a massive French push, maybe. I mean, obviously, you can't see a lot of it, but it does look like the French may be trying to push through the town. I like how I said the town fight usually won't probably occur because the fighting will happen out here, which it is, but, you know, France still has a massive flank, and it may turn into a 1v1. France sending even more reinforcements up this way. I'm surprised Iran hasn't tried pressuring this side, although it does look like he is starting to push up a little aggressively. So with France in retreat, I am assuming they have their artillery, yep, that is moving backwards, and they're going to reunite with their allies while I'm assuming another ally pushes into the town. And it looks like the Ottomans are going to take a little bit more of a steep back approach. Man, look at this little fortress here. Too bad they can't they should be able to garrison it with more troops than 72 men. You know, that's my opinion. You should have at least double that number. It's a huge defensive place, you know? Looks like the Alamo. Imagine being able to stand up here and you just see the French right there. Take some shots at them right there, you know? You never know. You never truly know. Oh, that artillery, though, is really brutal. He's sending us some of the coalition's troops flying backwards. And I don't think we can even see the artillery. It's still hidden. But there's only so far you can fall back, you know? There's only so far that you can before you need to make a stand as France. And maybe they're going to try to shuffle, like, sets of forces. I know they have a heavy cav. That would be an excellent against the Ottomans, especially right here. So the Ottomans are standing their ground here. Artillery, though, is pushing up to the front. The French definitely want to rely a lot more on their guns. And who can blame them? Artillery is a very strong point of the French army. And if they can use it, they can start blasting away at these Ottoman lines, picking them apart. You see already the damage being done. The other French gun, what is that? 7 guns total, I think, over on this side. And the Ottomans definitely cannot stand and take that fight for a very long time. It is, we have cavalry that was trying to go for the artillery. Looks like France is going to commit here to a stand, using the artillery, trying to draw the enemy into a trap. We'll see if it works. We'll see. The Ottomans still are pressuring the left flank, trying to get around the enemy a little bit. Maybe trying to encircle them. Like I said, they have the advantage at this moment. But if France may be able to stop them a little bit, especially if they have that, you know, really good artillery fire, especially at this close of a range, it's going to start doing a lot of damage to the enemy or to the coalition. And it's hitting 2 lines of troops. I'm wondering if these pitchforks, these L1s, are going to charge in for the artillery. Some infantry here, looks like peasantry or militia. That's the only thing stopping them. Feels like we had a lot of cavalry charging in. And more even now, more chasseurs cheval. It's going to go for those skirmishers. And France is striking with the lightning fast. Uh-oh, we have another artillery piece that's going to get killed. Oh, they broke. Oh, that's unfortunate for them. Keep in mind, guys, the French, I mean, not the French, but the coalition still have a lot of troops that are not engaged yet. They have a lot of troops. Now, we have a French line that is stretched all the way to this LOC and spans basically the entirety up to the city limits, basically. Now, this artillery is definitely going to be a problem for the Ottomans. They're going to have to do something about it, or withdraw, which maybe they're going to withdraw. A little short in their artillery. Look at this, though. Look at how badly shredded up this French line right here is. Is that grenadiers? Yeah, we have some grenadiers in the front line with the French line, but they are breaking so fast. It's so sad to see grenadiers being killed this way. But Iran obviously making an excellent push here, totally outflanking the French. French are going to have to shift over this reserve line just to deal with this. This artillery can't stave off that many troops. There's no way. There's no way. I mean, they're going to do a lot of damage in a matter of time, though. Looks like we do have a bit of a melee here. Some Grenadiers went... Oh man, France did well. Forcing back the Ottomans. Holding this LOC. We actually may even have a cav charge going against this poor pitchfork peasantry. Oh, the dragoons are going to have a field day with these peasants. The rest of the line, though, I do see the French breaking. Man, why are they... They're trying to outshoot the coalition right now. It is not going to work well for them. Maybe it is. I don't know. But I see some Ottomans breaking, too. But I see the French breaking much faster. Way faster. And now a cav charge. I think we're starting to see a French army break. Oh man, okay, well, this is going to turn into a coalition victory here. As the Iranians sending in their cavalry, now pushing up infantry to get very, very close to the French. I think maybe the problem here is that the French have a lot more militia, and that's all. Goodness, look at this. There's no way the artillery will kill all this. There's no way. Send it up though, you know? Send it in. Oh, beautifully done. And this French center is breaking. I'm over here on this side, though. France trying to pressure me. I've barely seen any bayonet charges from France. And that's usually what I expect to see when someone plays as France, is bringing melee capable armies, not really shooting as much. I'm not saying that, you know, you can't shoot as the French. It's just, you're not going to succeed usually against the coalition. Oh my gosh. What do those peasants do to you? That was like, look at the slaughter there. Was it worth it? Like, we took out the guns, but what did it cost? Everything. Everything. So even this cuirassier unit hasn't really been trying to put pressure on the Ottomans. I feel like the Imperials are not being as aggressive maybe as they otherwise would be. Just my thoughts, you know. Especially with a heavy cav unit against Ottomans, you know. And it's the Ottomans we're talking about here. I mean, the French are not beaten, guys. They still have a strong presence, especially on this flank. But their ally has been badly mauled, especially across the road. They got totally surrounded and destroyed, and the trickle-down effect will start going this direction. It's going to start. The French need to forget about this whole side, fall back to their ally, and reform their lines. So we have this Ottoman reserve potentially going to make a flank on the French. I don't see the French even working really. Like, it looks like one French army's here, one's here, and then one was over here. They don't seem to be working. They're working together, but they're not really like working together. They're all on their separate sides. We have our first push forward here, or not the first, but a more serious one where the coalition seems happy to oblige them at this point. You know, let them come and they will fight them. You can see about how fast The Iranians are actually shooting. It's rather actually impressive. It's rather impressive amount. Here come the Ottomans out of the trees. Oh, do we have cavalry now charging in? Going for those skirmishers. On the left flank, we do still have a French line that's trying to hold kind of almost a rear guard action or a right flank action while the rest of them keep falling back because Iran is still pushing. And now the cavalry is going to start charging in. We got some C5s, maybe seeing it by some C6s. Oh, what? Oh, I thought that this unit was this unit. It was
our general is under attack.
Oh, here come the cuirassiers. This is the time when you're gonna need all that cav. You need all the cav you can get. I don't know. I don't know. Like, this cav should be doing something more than just being defensive at this point. You know, I get it that they don't have any cav to support this one cav unit, but you know, if you didn't bring enough cav, maybe the dragoons would be better. I mean, there's some cav back here. Oh, do we have an engagement? Do we have the cuirassiers charging in? Yeah, they're gonna be totally overwhelmed. That's a lot of enemy cav taking on the cuirassiers.
Our men are running.
But the back charge, oh no! Lancers going for the rear of the Ottoman line. If the general can inspire these guys, beautifully done by the French. They just totally snapped and broke that Ottoman cav unit. Oh my, all three of them actually. Wow. Over here, the Ottomans are really really close to the French army, taking losses of their own, but they're still holding. France even charging in against an Ottoman line. France maybe looking to close the deal a little bit here. France is still holding strong on the hill, but who knows how much longer they're able to hold. They have artillery still in position, but the Ottomans, Iran, still pushing. France needs to have a win over here on this side if they want to win this battle.
Our men are running.
I'm surprised they haven't tried bayonet charging the artillery piece. They're just out shooting it or trying to outshoot it. But maybe their troops won't get there in time. Who knows? Ooh, send this guy in on the flank of the French, especially if they push up. Ottomans aren't looking too good, guys. They aren't looking as good as, you know, they were. Ooh, oh no. Oh no, the general has been killed. However, cavalry in the back lines of the French. Here's where the chaos really truly begins. As the French basically all but break on this right flank, and the constant pressure is made up for any losses suffered, even a general being killed. Even though the French are losing or winning over here, it's not a decisive win. The French are pretty badly bloody. Their infantry looking pretty weak. And if the Ottomans can fall back into the town where the artillery can't hit them, then, you know, they'll still be set. It does look like the coalition have stabilized a little bit here after that disastrous cav charge. It does appear the Ottomans are going to make their defense along the tree line. There is some crossieres, though, they'll have to deal with. No swears. Yeah, that's going to be a fun time for them, I can imagine. However, they are pushing up here as well. They're looking to maybe encircle this French army. This artillery, though, has killed so much, or at least routed so many of the Ottoman troops here. It just keeps firing on the flank. The Ottomans, they're going to have to struggle to deal with that. But they are pushing in from the rear. Oh my goodness, what happened here? A mass rout? Man, while France may be losing over here, they seem to be doing quite well over here, at least for now.
Our men are running, sir.
Maybe it's this artillery that, yeah, this artillery I guarantee you is helping. But this side looks very, very promising for the coalition. Beautiful charge, try to break some more routing troops. France going to turn and have to volley with some sappers. Not a very encouraging sight if you were a Frenchman, you know. That many troops pushing forward towards you. Oh goodness. French coordinating with their crosshairs, going for the Ottoman lines. Oh, it's all over.
Our men are running, sir.
Oh, that's not good. Oh wow, the French pushed out a little too much and got just absolutely destroyed here. They pushed out, the Ottomans swung in from the rear, and they just broke all three of those French units advancing. This is the last defensive position the French have on this side with the artillery. This is basically all that's left of the coalition is right here. The Ottomans that are over in the town, for the most part, have been destroyed. Oh, that artillery, though. Goodness. The poor peasants. The poor peasants, what do they do? Uh-oh. What are they gonna do? Are they doing canister? Yes, they are. Ooh, that was 4 or 5 men. Oh no. Oh, I didn't do so bad. Oh, trying to drop like flies. Look at them, they're dropping so fast they're about to break. They have to. They can't even load because they get dropped so fast. 3 men for this gun, 3 men for that gun, 4 men for this gun. Yeah, no one more guy and they're gonna break. The Ottomans have a little bit of a extra reinforcing push here against the last defense of the French. Now, if we look at LOCs, because that's the time to start thinking about it, with that much time left in the fight, this 4-pointer is held by the coalition. The 1-pointers obviously are held. With this 1-pointer, so the French would have to march all the way over here to get to this other 4-pointer, which, by the way, is held as well. So, you know, the coalition have plenty of troops to hold. They have LOC advantage, victory, whatever you want to call it. So, pretty soon here, this battle's going to have to come to a close with the French in full retreat. We have an Ottoman push, although the French do repel it. And that's one of those battles where I don't have to say that much, honestly. There's not a lot happening. It is a 3v3 after all, and there's not a lot really to say at this point, you know. Where did the coalition, or where did the Imperials go wrong? That is the question. Obviously, I always ask of, you know, the losing team what went wrong. You know, I like to hypothesize, theorize. I like also to hear your comments on what you think went wrong. Going over their strategy, they had a line that was kind of stretched to here. They had a line over here. I think they were shuttling troops around. I'm not sure if they had formulated a plan. Maybe they had. And if they had, the plan obviously changed, and they shifted troops over here. I think they pushed so much over to this side on the town. They should have just committed at that point. They shifted troops back up to this side again, all the way over to here. Maybe they shouldn't have. I don't know. It's kind of actually hard to say what should and shouldn't have been done. We do have... Ooh. That's not good. We got some guard units going for the 4-pointer. Going for that house. We'll check back in on that in a second here. Obviously a bit of a concern here. Oh man, the French truly are in the last gasps. But I don't know. I enjoy this battle. It's cool to see factions that you don't see very much. Obviously a little bit slower paced. But still, you know, I think some competent plays on both sides, which always makes for an enjoyable match. You know, always enjoyable game when both sides play well. Oh, we have a reinforcing troop here. This fight's still going on. I think the French are going to be sold out of luck on this one. They are running out of troops. Even the officer. Ooh, look at him. Ooh, he's getting some blows. Oh, man. They're gone. Alright, so the 4-pointer does hold, and comes down to yet another last stand. France now in the tree line. The irony. The turntables. And then we'll go over the results here. I think this is the last yet remnant of the forces. Looks kind of cool though. I'm actually not seeing a lot of French drop either. There we go. Now they're in range.
We have killed their general.
Man.
Now they must break.
Oh, they all break? Alright, well that's it. Yep, that's the end of the battle, so we'll skip to the end and look at the results. A Rheinbund victory. Alright guys, so you can see the results here. Man. I don't know any of these units. I don't know which ones are the good ones, which aren't. I may have to try playing this one and figure it out myself. But as you can see the results here, we have Philippe, I believe, as the 11-pointer in the town. He got 953 kills. You have Lotus as the other Ottoman, I believe, 7-pointer with 1,085. And then Bring Back with 1,205 as Iran. On the side, Antonio with 1,296, or 1,295, sorry. You have Simor with 613 and Ketch with 1303. So, yeah, still enjoyable battle. I hope you guys enjoyed. I did enjoy it. Slower paced battle, but you know, sometimes it's nice to have a change of pace. Quite literally. But yeah, that'll be it for me today, guys. Thank you all so much for joining me. Until the next time, you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and I will catch you all in another video.